Assalamualaikum and greetings to our lecturer, Dr. Nursuhaila and my fellow friends. Before proceeding towards our main topic for today, which is nuclear chemistry in agriculture, food irradiation, let me introduce my name and my fellow group mates. My name is Muhammad Qayyum bin Muhammad Yunus, and these are Muhammad Irfan, Siti Nursuhaila Aina, and Nursyuci Ainfarisya. Without no further ado, I would like to invite Nursyuci Ainfarisya to give us insight about the introduction first. Please welcome.
Many processing methods have been developed to help prevent food spoilation and food acceptance. The traditional method of preservation, such as drying and salting, have been supplemented with time by addition of chemical preservative and use of radiation.
Irradiation of food is not new. The interest in treatment of food with ionizing radiation was shown in late 1800, and food irradiation has been applied since early 1920s. The World Health Organization, or we call WHO, one of internationally recognized organizations that support food irradiation. In Malaysia, under the existing of Malaysian Food Act 1983 and Food Regulation 1985, approval is required from the Ministry of Health prior to irradiation on food for consumption and sale of irradiated food. Food irradiation is a form of food processing that can extend shelf life and kill bacteria, mold, and microorganisms. Food irradiation works by exposing food products to ionizing radiation, but no detectable level of radiation are left behind in the food. Food irradiation is considered a cold method since it does not use heat to kill germs. Other food safety processes that you may be more familiar with, like pasteurization and canning that use heat. At low doses of radiation, irradiation extends the product shelf life. Meanwhile, at higher doses, this process kills bacteria and other potentially harmful microorganisms. The ionizing radiation sends enough energy into the bacterial or mold cell in the food to break chemical bonds. This damages the pathogen to die or no longer multiply, which reduces illness or spoilage. During the irradiation process, food is exposed to the energy source in a way that a specific dose is absorbed. To do that, it is necessary to know the energy output of the source per unit of time. The radiation dose ordinarily used in food processing range and depends on the kind of food being processed and the direct effect. There is a common misconception that irradiated food is radioactive. The radiation used in this technique is very different from the harmful radioactive. In food processing, the radioactive sources permitted do not generate gamma, electrons, or X-ray of sufficient high energy to make food radioactive. No radioactive energy remains in the food after treatment.
What are the advantages? So the advantages of the primary advantages, which is the pathogen control. Food irradiation effectively control harmful pathogens such as Salmonella and E. coli and also Listeria. By eliminating these pathogens, irradiation helps reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses, which can have serious health consequences. So next, we have extended shelf life, which can significantly extend the shelf life of various products by inhibiting the growth of spoilage microorganisms. This helps reduce the food waste by allowing products to remain fresh for longer periods, thereby increasing their marketability and reducing economic losses. So next, we have reduced dependence on chemicals, which compared to traditional methods of pest control and food preservation, such as chemical fumigation and additives, food irradiation offers more environmentally friendly options. It reduces the need for chemical treatments, which can have adverse effects on human health and environment. The last advantages, which is preservations of nutritional quality. Unlike other food preservation methods such as heating processing, irradiation can preserve the nutritional quality of foods to a greater extent. It minimizes the loss of vitamins, minerals, and other essential nutrients, ensuring that irradiated food retain their nutritional value.
After you know the advantages of food irradiation, you must want to know the disadvantages, right? So let's see what are disadvantages of food irradiation. For your information, irradiation causes minimal changes to the chemical composition of the food. However, it can alter the nutrient content of some foods. This loss is similar to those that occur when food is cooked or preserved in more traditional and accepted way such as canning or blanching. Firstly, does not guarantee total food safety. While irradiation food is considered to be safe for consumption, it does not eliminate toxin. Additionally, when it is applied below the dose that is recommended, it may not be able to get rid of virus as well. This means proper irradiation dose is required to guarantee total food safety. Then, effect on mammals and aves. Irradiation may not show its sign on human health, but studies have shown that irradiated food can pose numerous health risks and conditions to mammals and aves in some rare cases. These can include chromosomal abnormalities, cancer of various kinds, and even premature death. Lastly, vitamin content. The process of irradiation can leave macronutrients like proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and minerals unaffected, but it is not the same for vitamin content. Vitamins like thiamine, vitamin E, and vitamin C are reduced and sometimes even eliminated through irradiation. To compensate for the loss of this vitamin in your body, you will have to take supplement along with your diet.
Next is applications of food irradiation. First is control of sprouting and germination. Radiation treatment at low dose inhibits the sprouting of potatoes and yam tubers, onions and garlic, ginger and chestnuts. Irradiation is useful for the long-term inhibition of sprouting and preservation of the desirable qualities of onions and garlic during storage. Next is shelf life extension of perishable foods. Irradiation kills the microorganisms that cause spoilage or deterioration of the product. The amount of radiation needed to control or eliminate these organisms depends on the radiation tolerance of the particular organism and the number or load of such organisms in the particular volume of food to be treated. Third is delaying ripening and aging of fruits and vegetables. Exposure to a low dose of radiation delays the ripening and or senescence of some fruits and vegetables, thereby extending their shelf life. The magnitude and even the direction of such changes depend on the size of the dose and the state of ripeness at the time of treatment. Fourth is destruction of parasites. Irradiation inactivates certain parasitic organisms that are responsible for both human and animal diseases. The parasitic roundworm Trichinella spiralis, which causes trichinosis and is found in pork, is inactivated by radiation at a minimum dose of 0.15 kg. The last one is control of foodborne diseases. The relatively low dose of radiation needed to destroy non-spore-forming pathogenic bacteria in food, such as Salmonella, Campylobacter, Listeria, and Yersinia, can be very useful in controlling the serious public health problems caused by these organisms.